Hello, this is Jason, back with another walk and talk. And I don't know how far I'm going this time. We'll find out. I've been shooting for, walking every other day or so. Try to get back in the groove. I don't think I could do 6 miles every day, but I'll see how it goes. And I've got 2 cameras going now. I bought a second Osmo Pocket 3. Thought I'd do a little picture in a picture, be able to keep my face in it and still show you where I'm going. Should pull up on my phone. Let's see what my shoulder cam looks like. And I did get if you look here, it's on face tracking, but you can see it on my shoulder there. I've got a much lower profile. Let's see. HI Osmo. And we're going to go right this time. Oh, 2 little groms. I forget which one's which. Let's try this one. Cut through here. Those bugs are so annoying. Oh man, they really got something dug up here. Alright, I can see my camera. Looks good, looks good. And you can't see my other shot. So, once I edit this together, you can't even see. Well, you can see it a little bit. My camera on my right shoulder. But you can't even see me holding the camera. Look at this. It won't let me point down. I'm gonna walk around it. It's a big old, man, what a mess. What a mess. Ugh. Pretty cool though. So now I got 2 angles. I think it's pretty cool. And also with these 2 cameras, another thing I'm doing is when I do like eating videos, I could have one pointing at me, front main cam, then I could have another cam that's like overhead pointing down at the food. You do a little picture in picture of like a close-up of the plate. Or if I'm doing like product review videos, like the close-up overhead cam. It's very useful having 2 cameras. And just more shots, more than one shot. This makes things more interesting, if you ask me. How do you recenter with, is that this? Yeah. Very cool. I'm already kind of missing the sun. Already went over the horizon a little bit. It's got a glow over the wall. Too cool. So, what do we have to talk about today? Like I said, there's only so many subjects I could really talk at length about that I've really thought about. I'm already starting to get through them. I watched Peter Schiff debate Jack Mallers in a video, gold versus Bitcoin. And Peter Schiff is just, he's, gold is the only way and Bitcoin is worthless and going to go to zero. And then Jack Mallers was just, he's the founder, CEO of Strike that I've mentioned before. That's where you could do like free dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. But it was good. It was over an hour long, and I think that like Bitcoin has the same properties as gold as far as why it's a good money, or it's a scarce asset, and it has even more better properties than gold, where it can be sent across the world in a second, where if you wanted to ship, especially with large quantities, if you had $1 million of gold, that's hard to send across the world to the other side of the world. You'd be paying a lot of fees just to have someone transport it, and you need security to make sure no one steals it. Where Bitcoin, you just enter the address, hit go, it settles on the blockchain, done, and a very low fee. Like you could send $1 billion in Bitcoin for $1 in transaction fees. Or if you wanted to send $1 billion of gold, you'd probably cost you like $1 million, 500,000, $1 million to ship it to the other side of the world. So Bitcoin is the modern gold. I won't talk about Bitcoin the whole time though. The weather. Let's talk about the weather, because it's 80 degrees. It feels fantastic. I guess that's all I have to say about that. Man. Walk and talk part. The talk part is the hard part. I can walk for miles and miles. But the talking, coming up with just what to talk about. If I get on a subject that I'm well informed on, I could talk for days. Reminds me of the Flight of the Conchords. I forget the name of the song, but it's like I'm the hippopotamus. My lyrics are bottomless. That was his whole verse. Ain't no party like a... Oh. If you've never seen the live performance of Flight of the Conchords, I'd highly recommend you watch it. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. Losing weight is a very hard thing to do. You can't really just walk the pounds off, even when you're walking 6 miles a day. You can't out exercise. Well, you probably could, but you'd have to exercise like all day long. I was gonna say you can't out exercise a bad diet. But you do have like Michael Phelps, where he would just swim all day. He was eating like, I think it was like 5,000 to 8,000. No, it was 10,000, like 10,000 calories a day. And he's shredded. An ounce of fat on him. I guess if you just wake up and start swimming, swim all day until you go to bed, you could eat a lot of food. I haven't swam in a while, as far as for exercise. Ooh. I like swimming because, as I've mentioned, I'm a profuse sweater. So when you sweat a lot, you don't even notice it when you're in the pool. And it just helps keep you cool. I wonder what those bugs are. A locust? Whatever they are, they're annoying. And what do you guys think on like noise canceling? So I could cut all background noise out and you just hear my voice, but it's, it sounds artificial. I try to cut down the background noise a little bit so the cars aren't so loud. But I leave a little bit in just for the atmospheric awareness. Would you rather have all background noise removed or leave some in? I think leaving some in is better. I saw that there was a typhoon in Vietnam. Actually killed at least 4 people I saw. I didn't know that Vietnam got typhoons. Prone to hurricanes. Well, it's not a hurricane, it's typhoons. So they're called hurricanes in the northern hemisphere and called typhoons in the southern hemisphere. They actually rotate different directions. I think hurricanes rotate clockwise and typhoons rotate counterclockwise. It's because of the tilt of the earth. It's the earth spinning. And also the same thing happens with when the water's going down a drain or you flush the toilet. In the north it goes clockwise, in the south it goes counterclockwise. Pretty cool. Not a good view of the sunset from anywhere. Let's cross over. I want to go check out this like walking, biking path. Probably be better to check it out when we got more time and with sun. But we'll walk until it gets dark. It's this way down towards Kalahari. My face so I don't know. Cross over. Like if you look at this sidewalk, see how it's just a normal sidewalk size. I'm gonna show you big sidewalk on the other side. There we go, red light. Red light. We got a bunch of dirt. Now look at the size of this sidewalk. That's my size of sidewalk. Got another doggy. Look. You see there's a path that goes down that way. We'll check that one out sometime. I want to go down this one, but it's going the other way. So it's going towards the sun. We might get some sunset. Sunset views. I doubt it. There's not too much to see within close walking distance to me. Or we walked the other day at a Walmart. That's about the biggest amount of stuff that there is to see. There is a downtown Round Rock. I can go drive down there and park someday and just walk up and down the streets of downtown Round Rock, which is not much going on there. There's some bars, restaurants, pizza place, Round Rock Donuts. What else they got down there? There's like a food bank that me and my coworkers volunteer to work at every once in a while. I'm not a big fan of the Round Rock one. I like the Austin Food Bank. They've got quite the production there. It's like an assembly line. They got conveyor belts. They send boxes down. You put different foods in it. They load it all up on pallets. They're like the central distribution center that sends all the food to different like service centers, I guess you'd call it. So they take all the food that's donated from like grocery stores, Walmart, and they box it up and make individual boxes that go out to the families. Pretty good operation. I'm gonna cut right here, so you can walk down and go all the way down the sidewalk, but I'm gonna just go down this hill. So we're already running out of daylight. I've never been down here. I've seen bikes go down this way. We got a drinking fountain. Oh, the little doggy drinking fountain too. Doggy one. I'll drink out of it. Didn't taste very good. Yeah, look at this. Under the bridge downtown, where I drew some blood. There we go. I got a little bit more light on my face. I don't think I need the sunglasses anymore. I'll walk this big sidewalk that goes into the woods. At least we get away from the road noise. Hear all those bugs and birds, beavers and ducks. This is really nice. Look, they got a little bench here that's just pointing off in the woods. So you could sit here and see if you could spot Bigfoot. See if Bigfoot comes out. That's the antisocial bench. People don't want to have to say hi to people that are walking by. I saw another story of what the medical bills cost in Vietnam. One of these vloggers I watch over there. He was playing rugby and he got kneed in the head and it like broke his cheekbone, his orbital socket, fractured his skull. He had like a big, showed a picture of it, had a big dent in his head. And he was probably, I think he said he was like a half hour, 45 minutes outside of Da Nang. So he's in a little bit more rural area. Just went to this little small hospital and they said they could get him in for surgery, but he was kind of iffy about getting surgery in this little dinky hospital outside the city. So he actually called the Da Nang hospital and asked them, you know, if they could get, if he came back there, if they would be able to get him in for surgery. And they said they wouldn't be able to get him in for surgery until like Monday, and this was like on a Saturday or something, Friday. So he's like, well, really don't want to wait. So he just went for it, got the surgery, and they actually kept him in the hospital. They wouldn't let him leave. So he was there for 3 days. And it kept pumping him with antibiotics after the surgery. He got nice meals. And then he said he didn't have insurance. No insurance. So he's, he has no idea how much the bill's going to be. It could be a big hit since he didn't have insurance, especially with a 3-night hospital stay. So he gets his bill, and he also took an ambulance from the soccer or the rugby field to the hospital. So he had like the EMT fee and the ambulance ride fee. I'm pretty sure if you call an ambulance in the United States, that's like probably $10,000 just for the ambulance ride to the hospital if you're paying out of pocket. So he gets his bill. It was, I believe, $3,200 for the whole thing. The ambulance ride was like $500, or no, the ambulance ride was $100, and then it was like the surgery itself was a little over like $1,500, and then the 3-night stay was the remainder. So no insurance, $3,200. Like you'd be paying that much just in deductibles in the United States. Even if you had insurance. Without insurance, man, 3 nights in the hospital, I mean, it could be $100,000, especially with surgery on your face, skull. And I did put some music in the background, instrumentals. I actually found some garage band recreations of some songs I like on YouTube. And I was surprised that they actually got content ID claimed on a couple of them, even though it wasn't the original artist. Like they were claiming the melody. So if you play, if you cover a song and you're too good, like you match the melody exactly, you can still get content ID claimed, and they can have rights to your video just because you're playing the same notes that the band played. So, I knew if you re-upload the actual song or the band playing the song, that could be claimed, but I didn't know that they can actually claim the melody of someone covering the song. Now I know. Ooh. But I still left the songs on, but I actually deleted it, took those songs that got matched out, left the ones that didn't get matched in, re-uploaded it. So the ones that didn't match must not have got the melody just right. It was close enough for me. I've made songs myself in GarageBand that were of my own creation and got copyright claimed because somebody else made a song with GarageBand using the same loops and then submitted that as like their original song, and then anyone else that used GarageBand and used the same loops that they did were getting copyright claimed. Some BS. I fought those and I did get them removed. I think this is where I turn. This will be a shorter route to get back home. It'll be a darker route though. Darkness. Cut through the back streets. I watched a movie that just came out on Netflix. Something Ridge. It's about a guy that was going to like bail out his cousin out of jail. He was riding his bike through this little small town, and the cops like run him down. He said they had the lights on and he wasn't stopping, but he had headphones on, so I didn't hear him. And they search him. He had like $32,000 or $36,000 on him. And they're like, and he said he was bailing his cousin out of jail for a drug charge. I got caught with marijuana on him or something. It was like $10,000 bail, which is a lot for like a little possession charge. But so they say, well, we suspect this is drug money, and took all of his money, which is legal to do. I think the reason they were making this movie was just to shed some light on it. That really is the law. Like, they can confiscate your money without any evidence to prove that it's actually drug related. 4 miles down. They just have to suspect it, have some probable cause. Like, you don't have to have evidence, just suspicion that it could be. So since his brother was in jail for a drug-related crime, just having a large amount of cash is enough probable cause to seize all the money, which is some BS. And I've seen videos on YouTube of this happening. Like, good people. They had like all the receipts of where the money came from. He just says he doesn't use banks. He doesn't trust banks. And when they take your money, it's like very hard to get it back. Like the guy on YouTube that was real, it took him over a year to get his money back. There's another use case for Bitcoin. If you're storing your money, cold storage, only you can get your money. Like, even if your money is in a bank or invested in the stock market or whatever, the government could still freeze your accounts and take your money if it's in the regular financial system. Oh. Not with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is freedom money. I do not have my money in cold storage at the moment, though. And cold storage just means, it's not on exchange. You get usually like a cold wallet, like a Trezor, or there's all kinds of cold storage wallet devices. And you just transfer it off, and it's not, and no institution has control of it. Only you have control of it. And then there's been people that, the government's trying to come to them to try to get them to pay taxes on Bitcoin that they have in cold storage. And there's been people that said, I had my wallet out on a boat and it fell in the ocean. I lost all my Bitcoin. So that's kind of been a joke. People say, oh, I lost it in a boating accident. You can't prove that you have it, that you have access to it. As long as you never move it. If they know what your wallet ID is, as soon as they see some money move out of there, that would prove that you had access to it. There I go, talking about Bitcoin again. Bitcoin and Bangkok. That's all I want to talk about. Need to make a channel. Bitcoin and Bangkok with Jason. Alright, this is my street, which is a much more well-lit street. Here we go. Back into civilization. I reach up and double click the jog wheel on my shoulder cam that kind of recenters it. Just make sure it's all centered up. How long have we been walking? 77 minutes. Probably gonna cut some parts out of this one. There was times when I was walking and not talking. Bow wow wow. Yippee-oh, yippee-yay. It's right over there. It's where we turned earlier. Across the street. Cool looking car. I love black cars. Although having a black car is not the smartest thing in Texas. It's get hotter. With They look the coolest. I don't care what color a car is as long as it's black. I have got different color cars in the past, but mostly black ones. I had the red Challenger. I had a silver. My last car was silver. I think besides that, they've all been black. Here's a big spool of Google fiber. I wonder what that spool cost. I imagine it's not cheap. Oh. My back is pretty soaked. Oh yeah. Another thing that I've thought about, retire early and do the van life thing, driving all across the country. But then I decided that it was the healthcare cost is what's preventing me from doing that. Can't afford health insurance without a job. So I'll go do Southeast Asia first. Maybe in the years while I'm traveling over there, America will get its act together and we'll get some universal health care. And then I can come back and do some van life touring of the United States. I've already been like almost everywhere in the US though. When I worked for my uncle, we drove everywhere all over the country. Although we didn't stay in the places you'd really want to stay. Most of the schools that we did work in were schools that were poor and got government money for technology. So I stayed in Salina, Kansas, Nunde, New York, Hillsville, Virginia, Muskegon, Michigan, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Monroe, Michigan, what was the place there's a place outside Indiana, forget the name of the city, a place outside of, oh man, this is all messed up, a place outside of Minneapolis, Might have been Lakeville. Oh, place outside of Kansas City, Missouri. Oh, I forget the name of that city. So many places. I've been everywhere, man. But there's still places I haven't seen. I haven't really toured the northwest much. I've never been to Maine. Going to Maine in the fall to see all the leaves. That's on my bucket list. Someday. Well, we're back in my hood. Let's see where we're at. 4.74 miles, 85 minutes, 18-minute a mile pace. Slowed down a little bit at the end there. But thanks for hanging out with me. That's all I got for now. So I'll talk to you later. Take it easy.